All right, next up is the Quickie review for Transformers BotBots Series 1 Game Over. Game Over is actually part of the Lost Bots crew, and clearly is the analog for the Techie team, since especially in Series 1 and 2, all of the Lost Bots kind of have a member from each other team. He turns into a little old school video game controller. It's pretty cute. Proportions aren't perfect, but I like the little button detail. Like you can clearly, see what it is. His legs are just kind of chilling off the back there, but that's okay. Transformation wise, you take these halves of the controllers and kind of rotate them out, and the arms kind of come out from underneath them, and these become like big old shoulder pads. The legs rotate out and then come into place there, and then the head you just pull up. It's on a slider, and there is Game Over in his robot mode. Now this is one of the guys that's particularly difficult to stand. I find to just like distribute the weight, you kind of have to rotate his arms forward. So most of these chunks are most of the chunk is kind of like forward to kind of counterbalance him, and then he stands okay. Another problem I have with this guy is the clip that the legs attach to is a little bit too big, which kind of stretches them out, which makes his legs kind of like pointed in towards each other, which also prevented it from like fully coming forward, which was another thing that was giving him issues with his standing because his legs were back like that, could not stand up. To alleviate this, I took an X-Acto knife and kind of shaved away some of the material there so it would fit more flushly into the spot, and that helped a little bit, but now that's kind of ugly, and still they're kind of stretched to be bent forward. So I think that this guy needed a few more tests before they really put him out there. So the standing thing is a bummer. The legs are kind of a bummer, and the big shoulder pad chunks off the arms don't look amazing. I like his face. He's got little scratches on his visor there, like as part of the decal, not scratches from anything else. But yeah, so he's kind of a mixed bag. I was really excited about this guy when I first saw images of him because I really liked the controller mode, but the robot mode I found to be kind of disappointing in the end. So yeah, robot mode for me is going to give a 2 out of 5. He's not terrible. Like he's got a good expression and he can stand once you know how to position him, but he definitely has some like failures as a mold just because of the way the legs attached and his weight distribution problems. Articulation wise, you can again rotate his arms, but like depending on what position you have those in, and it might cause him to not be able to stand. So that's kind of irritating. But the alt mode, I'm going to give the full 5 out of 5. I think that it's got maybe one or two issues that keep it from getting that bonus point, but it's definitely pretty cute, and you can immediately tell what it is. So I think that it deserves a full 5 out of 5. All the other thing is the legs don't totally stay in place. Man, those legs. If that clip in the middle had just been a little bit smaller. And then transformation is kind of average, so I'm going to give that a 3 out of 5. So overall, that is going to sort of average him out as being a 10 out of 15. So 3-star bot, kind of in the middle. Ultimately, he's one of those guys that isn't just like average, but he's got like a number of bad things about him and a number of good things about him. So he kind of middles out. But yeah, that is Game Over.